afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, May 2nd. My name is Karen, and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome, everybody. This is my knitting vlog. Everyone's welcome here. We talk a little bit about life stuff, but mostly just knitting. I'm looking down here because I have my notes. So, all right, let's dive into things. Finished objects. I have none. No finished objects. No big surprise there. I have a few little things that are close, but yeah. Just did not have a lot of knitting time this week. I had a very busy work week. The next 3 weeks will be equally busy, so mostly just slowly knitting through projects. Okay, let's go with whips. All right, last week I showed you Charlie the chimpanzee. Here he is. Charlie actually had a little outing over to Atticus's house. Atticus is my 2-year-old grandson. I originally made Charlie for me. Atticus claimed him. Atticus saw him and was like, "Monkey!" and took off with him. So he went over to Atticus's house. Atticus lives 3 houses down, so it's not a big deal. 4 houses, actually. Is it 4? No, 3 houses. Can never remember. But I got him back because, as you can see, Charlie needs some pants. So I've started knitting pants, and Charlie is out of this book by Louise Crowther, the Knit It Wild Animal Friends. There's Charlie right there. I'm not going to knit everything that Charlie is wearing since it's pretty clear that it's going to Atticus. I'm not going to put any buttons on because that with a 2-year-old is dangerous still. I'll knit pants. I'll knit the t-shirt he's wearing and probably the jacket. Not sure about the shoes, but I have started the pants, and these pants, sorry, hang on, I got my knitting basket over there. These pants actually will, sorry, they're being knit out of this stone-washed, okay, I'm going to try this. Someone corrected me. I'm going to try it. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, this is what I'm knitting the pants out of. I'm going to knit 2 pair, and I'll show you why. Because I'm not doing buttons like Charlie had in the picture, which I didn't show you a very good picture of, but yeah. Trust me, it had buttons. I am kind of winging it as far as how it goes, but right now it's not very much done. I just finished the short row shaping for each leg. I'm having to make it up as I go along the edges here, and hopefully it'll fit. I'm making 2 pair because I'm going to show you something, okay? I have to be careful. This is Atticus's baby. Atticus's baby is anatomically correct. It's a baby boy. It's very correct. Atticus, here, I'll show you the back end. You can see the back end, there it is. Atticus lost his clothes. He had just like diapers on. He did not come with clothes. And we think he put the diapers in a box that got taken to a charity shop. So we think, but they've been missing long enough that his mom asked me to please make baby some pants. So I'm going to make a pair of shorts for baby and a pair of shorts for Charlie. So I should have enough yarn for that. So working on, I think the first one, if it fits, will go to baby, and then Charlie, I will work on his pants while Atticus is gone, because Atticus is going to Hawaii next week. Lucky kid. So yeah, that's what's going on with Charlie and baby in the pants. Yeah, I had to negotiate a trade the other day because of Atticus was over here having dinner, and he was in a mood, and he started crying because, well, he was eating plain pasta, and my husband had put sauce on the pasta, and after Atticus was done with the plain pasta, all we had was the pasta with sauce. So Atticus just lost it. And then we calmed him down by offering him various different berries and all kinds of fruit and stuff, and he was okay. And then I was eating, and he was looking at me eating the pasta with the sauce, and I was like, well, maybe I'll offer him one piece of it and see if maybe this will, you know, he's over the plain pasta thing. And I went to give him one piece of pasta with sauce, and it was just a cream sauce, nothing too heavy or spicy. He lost it again. So he went to grab it with his hands, and as soon as he realized there was sauce on it, it was over. So I was trying to appease him. At that point, we had offered him everything we had in the house to eat. And so I went in my office and grabbed Charlie, and I was like, oh, look what I finished, Charlie. And of course, then that was it. Charlie was going home with him. So Charlie spent the night with Atticus. Atticus loved Charlie. And then the next day, his mom brought him and baby back so I could make them clothes. So that's the story with Charlie and baby. Okay. Like I said, Atticus going, I think they leave Tuesday. They're going to Kona, I think. And they are going to be gone for a week. So I'm going to at least finish baby's pants and then hopefully get a good chunk done on Charlie's pants. And when he gets back, he'll at least have one of them back. Okay, hang on. I'm all tangled up here. I have cast on. This is a new cast on. You have not seen this. I told you I was going to do it. So Lisa over at 72 Stitches / Knit All the Yarn, never know what she's going by, is having a knit along for Knit All the Stripes, and with, I think, just socks, but maybe I could be wrong. But I am knitting the DRK Everyday Socks by Andrea Mowry, and Lisa started the knit along yesterday, and if you had it, she encouraged you to knit with this Felici in the colorway Lisa. So I actually had it. I have 2 balls of this. Here's the other one. One of them I pulled from the middle, which I don't know why I did that. Every time I do it, it creates a mess. That's why there's yarn wrapped around here, and yeah. The other one I'm just knitting from the outside, but they will not be exactly identical, obviously, but they're coming along. I cast on yesterday, and hang on here, I'm going to show you, but I have to untangle them, of course. They were in my little traveling sock bag because I went out today. Hold on, we're getting there. Okay, here is sock number 1. The DRK Everyday Sock is a toe-up sock with the Fleegle heel. This is the second time I'm knitting it. I knit it with my first pair of socks from this year, and I liked it so much I'm doing another pair. That's what I have so far. This pink right here is actually not from this. It is Giddy Knits, I believe. Helen at Giddy Knits. It's from an advent that I got a few years ago. So yeah, I have another sock too, but it's not as far along. There it is. So yeah, they will not be identical. What is that? Fraternal? I don't know what it's called, but they're not identical twins, basically. So I don't know. Well, look, for striped socks, I knit much faster because there's something about seeing the stripes. I don't know about you, but I really will pick up the pace for striped socks. So maybe I'll get these done in May, but no promises. And yeah, that's it. And I've got 2 of these, like I said. I'm knitting them on 2.25 millimeters, so US ones, 16-inch cords. I'm using Haya sharps, and yeah, they're coming along. So very happy about those. Lisa inspired me to really get into this. Like, I had knit one pair of socks since the beginning of the year. And usually I try to do one pair a month, but I just was not feeling the sock mojo. I did enter that one in Socksy Nana Alice and Diane at My Pink Bathtub. They are having a Socks Along 2025, I believe is what it's called, but don't quote me on that. I'll put it down there. So I did enter that in there knit along, but I feel more motivated now because I'm knitting socks with stripes. So we'll see where that lands us. And when we get to acquisitions, I'll show you some yarn that I might have bought for the knit along. Okay. All right, next up. Okay, I'll go with the big one that you're all wondering about, my husband's sweater. The only thing I have done, okay, well, I did more than that, but I ripped out the sleeve that I had ended on. So for those of you who are new here, and there are a few of you. So this is my husband's Dustlin sweater. Can't see it all because it's huge. That's on a barber cord. The bottom's on some extra yarn, and this other sleeve is what I'm knitting on. So I'll just fill you in quickly. I started the sweater like end of October, November, something like that, with the idea of doing it for Christmas. It's the Dustlin sweater by Stephen West. I'm knitting it with Shibui Haven in the colorway Caper, which is no longer dyed. My husband knew that I probably would not get it done for Christmas, but I told him it was a Christmas gift. He was okay if I didn't get it done for Christmas. I did not get it done for Christmas. So then it became the Valentine's sweater. I did not get it done for Valentine's. Then it became the St. Patrick's Day sweater. Appropriate, because it's this beautiful caper color. I was really close to getting it done until I ran out of yarn. Twice. I ran out of yarn twice. So, because the dyer is no longer dyeing, and Madeline Tosh had purchased the certain colorways or certain bases in the Shibui knits line. They didn't purchase this particular one. So I was not able to just go buy more yarn. And I had gone twice back to Ravelry and asked people who had it stashed, would they sell me some? And I had two wonderful knitters sell me some. The first one, I did not buy enough. So I had to buy some more yarn. And that yarn came, and so last week it came. So I had about, I don't know, maybe a few inches on the second sleeve done. And I was gonna, I was purposely waiting to do all the ribbing, because if anything, if I ran out, I was like, I'll just figure it out with just the ribbing, right? So that's where we are. I ripped back the sleeve that I had started when I got the second emergency yarn, the yarn that saved me. It might not be enough though, so I'm still like a little nervous, but I ripped this sleeve back because now I'm doing helical knitting. I'm only gonna do it with this one sleeve. If the other sleeve, if I have enough yarn and I'm able to finish the cuffs, then I'll just take my chances that the color is not going to be so obviously different. So far, I'm not seeing any difference. I ripped it back and I knit just a couple rows so far. It's hard to tell because it's so little. My husband keeps asking me about it, and I'm like, it's May. Like, you're not gonna wear it till next year, so cool your jets, dude. Yeah. So yeah, I'm planning on knitting more on it this weekend, so yeah. But it is beautiful. I have hair on it. It really needs to be washed and blocked and cleaned up because it's been getting dragged around everywhere I go, and yeah. So, yeah, that's all there is to say about it. I'm knitting basically an extra large tall, so it's a lot of yarn. And I'm holding the yarn double, so it's DK weight yarn. I'm holding it double to get worsted weight. It's heavy. Okay, all right. I'm gonna throw that back in my basket. Hang on, you're gonna hear some crinkling. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, I got a little purchase there I'm gonna show you. Okay, my next whip, I have other whips, but I'm just showing you the ones I'm working on, just so you know, okay? All right, so usually my sock yarn, I put in my big sock yarn Lucky Dip bag, and I pull it out just blindly when I am ready to cast on a new sock. But I cheat it with that new knit along for Lisa. I just went and pulled that yarn out. And I also cheated a bit because I had pulled this yarn out, which is Hue Loco, and it is the Take Flight collection. And hang on, I'll tell you, it is, this was a merino sock set called Parrot. It's beautiful. It came with 2 other skeins, which they're all in here. I'm not going to pull them out. They're all in there, trust me. And then I also had a 5 skein mini pack called, hang on, it's all from the same collection. Crinkle, crinkle, sorry. You've got me humming. So, beautiful yarn, okay? I pulled out originally this yarn with the little 2 minis, and I was like, I want to knit something more than socks with that because it's so pretty. Look at that. So I decided to cast on a fingering weight t-shirt. So I am knitting the, where is it? Hang on. Flipside Tee by Tennis Laval. And here is what I have so far. Not a ton, but it will show you how beautiful it is because it is just gorgeous. So that is where we are. So I'm almost done with the, yeah, no, I'm not really almost done, but I'm just basically striping it. So I plan on doing every other row is going to be this beautiful this, and then the solids will be in between. And it's just a short sleeve tee. It's beautiful. What can I say? Oh, I just love this color. I mean, all the colors. It's beautiful. So it does have that roll neck collar instead of ribbing, so we'll see how that goes, if I like it or not. Mandy at Mandy Von Knits. Hi, Mandy. She was talking about that with the shirt she was wearing this week, and I was like, that it was bothering her that it was a rolled neck. And I was like, oh, my t-shirt is a rolled neck. I hope I'm not annoyed by it. And I could be, so we'll see. But yeah, it's just beautiful. So it's very easy knitting. It's a lot of yarn overs, and I'm done with the German short rows. So now I'm just yarn overs. So, all right, so that's coming along. Hang on, I gotta put it all back in. I don't want to pull all the little skeins out, but trust me, they're beautiful. And they're all complementary to that. So, and when I'm done, I will still have enough of this that I'll be able to knit some socks. So, not stripy socks, but socks. All right, that's that. Okay, that's it for whips. All right, I do not, like I said, I don't want to show you on my other whips because I've not done anything on them. All right, let's talk about stash enhancements, also known as acquisitions. I remember to say stash enhancements. Okay, I actually have one thing to show you. it will count as stripy yarn for socks. I bought, sorry for the crinkle, this is from Purple Circle Yarn Co. And I've been wanting one of these, and I was like, just buy it. So I didn't take them out, so I hope you can see. I hope the glare's not too bad. Look at that. It's opal sock yarn in just mini skeins. And I plan on just mixing and matching to make socks. So, yeah, here's the back side. There's some tea in there with it, so it's gorgeous. But I hope you can see it. Yeah. It's just beautiful. So that will be, that's 100 grams in. That will be probably my next sock cast on after I finish those other socks. Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm not doing the blind thing, but I can do that. Actually, I might do the blind thing with this because I might just cake these up. I'll probably make little balls, like hand roll them, and stick them in a bag, and then stick them, like put them in a Ziploc bag, and then put them in my Lucky Dip bag, and then just blindly pull them. But yeah, I really want to cast these on. I just really thought that opal yarn, the scrappy yarn, was beautiful, so I wanted to give it a go. I'm not knit with opal. That got me going with maybe I should just buy a skein of opal yarn. So I did. It has not arrived yet, but it's in the mail so soon. I have quite a bit that I bought this week. I was like doing retail therapy, honestly, because work is really stressful right now. So I would be like, okay, I'm gonna get motivated to work by spending some money. Then I'll go make the money back. So I bought, in addition to the opal scrappy sock kit, I bought the opal skein, which is not here yet. I bought another skein of, I bought like it's called a gobstopper. It's a big ball of yarn. I bought it from Nomadic Yarns, not here yet. That was on Etsy. I bought, I bought another skein of Dishy from Knit Picks in the orange. It's clementine color, so it's orange color, so I could make some more dishcloths. If you want to know what I'm talking about, watch last week's episode. And then I also signed up for the Freckled Whimsy Yarn Club, the sock yarn. It's a monthly yarn club. She opened it up yesterday. It'll be open, I think, through the end of this week, or the first, like basically the next week, unless she sells out. But she opens it whenever there's openings, and then you can join. And she's got a couple different yarn clubs. The one I joined is the sock yarn, so it's striped yarn. And like, I don't really need more sock yarn, but I just wanted it. So, and the nice thing is I could try it for a few months if I found that I didn't really like it, or, which I know I'm gonna love it because I've bought Freckled Whimsy before and I love it. So, yeah, but I can quit whenever. So for now, I thought, it'll start in June. So, yeah, there's a lot of retail therapy going on this week about other things not related to knitting also. So I'll tell you what I bought in a bit when I get to life stuff, which is right now. Life stuff. If you're not sticking around for my life stuff, that's totally fine. I get it. If you would, though, I'd love it if you liked and subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything. It just bumps me up in the algorithm so that other people find my blog. And I want to thank everyone, all the new people here, all the wonderful comments I've been getting. I love reading the comments. So leave me a comment. Love it. I respond to every one of them. And if I haven't responded, it's just because I've been so busy and I tend to respond, so I will at some point. All right, life stuff. Before life stuff, I should tell you that you can follow me on Ravelry under BobbleHeadKnits. And I'm not on Instagram anymore. I left Instagram, not on Facebook. I'm on Reddit. I'm also on Storygraph. That's it. Okay, life stuff. Let's go. Other things I bought that were not yarn related. I actually ordered. I want to try to grow potatoes. I don't want to dig in the soil on the ground. We talked about that last week. I got a raised bed garden, but I decided that I didn't want to use that raised bed garden space for potatoes because I want to put a bunch of tomatoes in there. So instead I bought 2 grow bags for potatoes, and then I bought some like potato starter seeds. I guess they're not seeds, they're just potatoes that have not been radiated. So they're like, they'll sprout and grow. So I bought those and they're all on their way. And it occurred to me that one, I probably did not buy enough grow bags for the potatoes. Like, I think I'm gonna have to buy more. But yeah, they're supposed to be here soon, which is good because I can plant them in the next couple weeks. So I'm in Colorado, just so in case you didn't know, and we tend not to want to put anything, like grow anything outside that's not cold weather hardy until after Memorial Day or Mother's Day, Memorial Day, like in there. I tend to push it to Memorial Day because I've had too many gardens get like wiped out by a snowstorm. So yeah. But potatoes I can plant like now, as soon as they get here. So got that. What else? Other things, just busy at work. It's just things are crazy right now, and they will be, like I said, the next few weeks, and then it'll be still busy but not as crazy for a few months, and then it'll start all over again. So yeah, just a lot of work and a lot of, like, I don't have time to do anything else but work. So Atticus is going to Hawaii next week, so our little sidekick won't be around to steal monkeys and things from me. Told you about the potatoes. Nothing else really. I got up early today, not early, at my normal work time, but it's Friday and Saturdays are my day off. Fridays I like to go swimming, so I went to the pool, had a lovely swim, and then met my husband at a coffee shop and had a little coffee shop date with him, and then we came home. So yeah, that's been my day so far. Other big plans this weekend? Nothing. Going to Costco tomorrow. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it really. Nothing else earth-shattering going on. TV's, what we're watching, and books. That's where we are now. We finished season 1 of The Last of Us, started season 2. I don't want to give anything away, but it's beginning to feel a bit too much like The Walking Dead. So I have kind of, my husband's still very into it, so we'll still watch it, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Did we watch anything else? Oh, we watched a stupid movie last night. I just need to veg after work yesterday. Just need to veg on the couch. So we ordered pizza in, ate pizza sitting on the couch, which we never do. And we watched a movie about Woody Harrelson was in it. I don't know who the other actors were because he was the only big name actor. It was about this, they were deep sea divers. They would go down and repair like the cables at the bottom of the ocean, and off the coast of, Scotland, I believe. Scotland, UK. So I don't know. I'm sure one of you know this. It's a true story, apparently. But a deep sea diver was basically, he was down there doing the work with another guy, and this, like they wear those big helmets and like have oxygen and all that going. Well, it got disconnected and they had to, the guy basically was dead for 30 minutes and they had to go down and get him, and they saved him. But because it was so cold, the water was so cold, and the depth of the ocean and all that, miraculously, he woke up and was totally fine. So that was the movie we watched. It was fine. It's just Woody Harrelson being Woody Harrelson. So, yeah, we watched that. That was it. Books. I have not finished any books. Been too busy to do much reading. But I just started a new book yesterday called Pineapple Street. I'm really into it. I just want to go read. So I think this afternoon I'm going to sit and read. So yeah, that's the rest of my plans today. All right, I'm going to go. We're at 30 minutes. So everybody have a great week. I will talk to you next week. Hopefully I will have a couple of pair of new pants to show you. All right, bye.